The mother of Joshua Feast, Miss Lakeisha Feast. And it's very clear to us after what we saw happen in America this week that there are two justice systems that govern America. The police can de-escalate when they want to de-escalate. They don't need to be trained to de-escalate because we saw when they stormed the nation's capital, the police had no problem de-escalating people that didn't look like Joshua Feast. But when it's people that look like Joshua Feast running away, when it's people that look like Jacob Blake Jr. running away, when it's people that look like Stephon Clark in Sacramento, California, running away, when it's people like Terrence Crutcher in Tulsa, Oklahoma, running away, when it's people like Walter Scott in South Carolina, running away, when it's people like Laquan McDonald in Chicago, Illinois, running away, the police don't de-escalate. They shoot us in the back. And that's why we're demanding justice for Joshua Feast here in Marque, Texas. Justice for Joshua Feast. Justice for Joshua Feast. Justice for Joshua Feast. Justice for Joshua Feast.
I want to thank everybody for showing your support by coming. And it's time for Jose Santos to be arrested and charged with crimes.
Arrest Jose Santos now. Arrest Jose Santos now. Could have been any of our children. An unarmed person running away. Let me make sure you all understand that. What we saw in Washington, D.C. was people supporting Donald Trump who were not peaceful protesters. They were committing crimes. I mean, they were aggressive. They were people who were attacking the police. Joshua wasn't attacking the police. Joshua was running away. He posed no threat. He posed no violence, no danger to the police. But yet, when it's a black person, the police always come up with a reason to say they felt threatened, to try to justify the unjustifiable actions where they use excessive force. Who can say it was not excessive to shoot a man in the back? It's one of the most cowardly things you can do. But yet, it's almost like a cliche in America that they shoot black men in the back. And when we saw prima facie evidence of how they treat our white brothers and sisters who are being aggressive to them, they still don't shoot. They still don't harm them. You know, it's so ironic that all this time with Jacob Blake, with George Floyd, with Breonna Taylor, Attorney Hutton, we've been saying there are two justice systems in America. And we've been breaking it down, we've been explaining it, but you know, based on what we witnessed in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, we don't even need to say no more. All we say is go watch the video, because if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then those videos in Washington, D.C. is worth 1 billion words of how white Americans are given preferential rights to the Constitution with First Amendment. And black Americans, when we say we just want to come and say Black Lives Matter, we're looked at as terrorist groups. And we have committed no terror. What you saw in Washington, D.C. was a terrorist group. And none of them were treated nowhere as violently as the police in Marque, Texas treated Joshua Feast. That's why I'm here, because we cannot let these two Americas exist and still call ourselves a democratic government that represents all the people. It has to be about equal justice for every citizen of the United States.
Amen.
Ma'am, what's the latest you've heard from the police on this case?
Nothing at all.
So they've been quiet. They haven't called you. Nobody's reached out to you. Anything?
No, not at all.
No?
And today it makes 30 days.
30 days and still no response. So that's why the people are here. And that's why the people are going to take Joshua Feast calls for justice to the power. If the power won't address us, we will speak truth to power. Truth to power.
Truth to power.
Truth to power.
Truth to power.
Truth to power.
Truth to power.
Truth to power.
Truth to power.